I should have made a left turn at Albuquerque. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. I should have turned left at Albuquerque.
Hi, this is John Harcher with a Left Turn at Albuquerque update. Looney Tunes comes to Tubi. Let's take a look. Okay, so we got Tubi up, and as we can see, recently added Looney Tunes. And they have a wild hare playing in the background. So let's click on. Let's go down here. Let's take a look. Episodes and more. Now, it says season 1, but it's not like Max that it has all the different years broken out by seasons. This is just basically all these episodes are quote unquote season 1. Each episode consists of 3 cartoons, and it's mostly in chronological order. I believe there are like 264, 65 episodes, but episode 254 is the last one that has like the 1969 and before cartoons. The last 10 or 11 have like 1979 through 2004, so the ones from the cartoon specials are there, and then all the way down to I think my Generation Gap and like Duck Dodgers, Attack of the Drones, like that era. There's a lot of black and whites in here, but there's no Boscos. As you can see, you know, we jump already to 1935. And there's some odd things here, like I Love to Sing It is here, but I Haven't Got a Hat is like after it. So that doesn't make any sense there. Now here's an odd one that I noticed. This is a 1946 episode. It's like all Bob Clampett. It's Baby Bottleneck, Kitty Corner, and book review, and it's episode 14. And next up is The Blowout, which is like 36. So there's another one down there with I think Sonora and the Glass Huarache is like in the 50s. So like I said, there's no Boscos, there's no Censored 11, but there are a lot of the Daffy and Speedies. Some people are saying, unfortunately. No real surprises. I thought there was a sneak, newly restored version of Unnatural History from 1959, but Hadge Tunes chimed in. He said, no, that's not restored to my feed. And I said I looked at it on the phone, so I couldn't really tell. And it turns out when you look at it later on TV, yeah, it's definitely not restored. I think there's like 8 of them that are not restored, but they have up. There's certain ones that are still not there, like the unrestored ones that we've talked about, Pappy's Puppy and What's My Lion. Otherwise, there's, like I said, there's like, I think I calculated out, it's like, if you do 3 cartoons times 254, it's like 762 of the 1,000 Looney Tunes are here, which is like 50% more than what Max was giving us. So the best part about it, this is free. So download it on your phone, download it on your TV, go to town, enjoy it. Who knows how long this will last? I don't know how long the contract is. So just enjoy the daylights out of this while we can. But that's not the only animation news we got today. Warner Archives announced their September schedule, and on September 30th, we'll be getting Touche Turtle for the first time on home video. Now it was weird because this was from the 1962 show that was called the New Hanna-Barbera Show. And I knew it as Wally Gator because if you saw the episode of my History of Looney Tunes last year, they called it Wally Gator in the newspaper. So I always think of it as the Wally Gator Show. But technically it was called the New Hanna-Barbera Show. And unlike what they had to do for Huckleberry Hound and Magilla Gorilla, they didn't have to reconstruct the episodes because there were no episodes. They just literally sent them to the stations as individual cartoons, and the stations could do whatever they want with them. They could play 3 Wally Gator cartoons if they wanted to. They could play all 3. That's what Channel 29 did. And then the weird thing was, way back like in the early 2000s, I remember people were asking about Wally Gator, and Warner's was kind of adamant that we're not going to do Wally Gator. And all of a sudden it showed up a couple years ago. And then soon after that, Lippy Lion and Hardy the Hyena that collection showed up, but everybody was like, well, where's Touche Turtle? And apparently the masters on that needed a lot of work. This is the old Boomerang copy. You can see it's a little rough. So kind of out of nowhere, all of a sudden this drops today, and it skips DVD and goes straight to Blu-ray. If you've seen them on MeTV Tunes, they look okay. They don't sound great, but they look decent enough. So you can finally do your own recreation of the new Hanna-Barbera show, because now all three of these will be available on home video. Hopefully they'll be upgrading Wally and Lippy and Hardy soon, but like George said, they were going really big on the animation this year, and he wasn't kidding. So lots of stuff going on. This interrupted my preparation of the next Golden Collection episode, which will now be episodes. I'm going to have to break it in half. There's no way I can handle it in one. Just the audio recording was 50 minutes. So when I start adding the videos in, it's going to be too long. So it'll be 2 episodes. Disc 1 and 2 will be in the first, and 3 and 4 will be in the second. Hopefully the first part will be somewhere by the end of the month, if not sooner. We'll see.
I knew I should have made a left turn at Albuquerque. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. I should have turned left at Albuquerque.